Good evening, everybody. My name is Nadine Deneth, and I'm the founder of N.ableD. Did you know that 3 in 5 people here in this room today will become a carer at some point in their lives? At the end of 2012, I became one of those 3 people. So my dad was diagnosed with a serious mental health condition in his early 20s, but that didn't stop him from being able to work, do his own shopping, cooking, cleaning, and all the things that most of us here take for granted. But at the end of 2012, his mother passed away, and that resulted in him experiencing psychosis. And he relapsed, was taken to hospital under section, and medicated for the next 3 months. But by the time he came out of hospital, he could no longer walk or do any of the things that he could do before. He literally went into that hospital walking and out in a wheelchair. So around the time this happened, I had just left my career in the police to pursue a new career in health and fitness. And in my health training, I was learning all about the power of exercise and the power it has on the mind, the body, and on our physiological function. And I also came to know about the Department of Health's own recommendations on what each and every one of us should be doing in order to stay healthy. And they recommended that for anyone over the age of 18, all the way up to 99 plus, should be achieving at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity activity per week. So imagine someone who is housebound. How are they going to achieve anywhere near this number of minutes? And this was the category that my father fell into. So when my father was discharged from hospital, he needed 2 carers per day. But within 2 years, he needed 8 carers, and his physical and mental health had been deteriorating over that time. And when he got to 8 carers, social services deemed it more appropriate for him to be living in a nursing home facility. And at just 59, he moved into a nursing home. So there are some 400,000 people who are living in residential or nursing home facilities in the UK. On average, they're spending £600 per week, which is equivalent to £32,000 a year. Now that's equivalent to 26 years' worth of family holidays for a family of 4. There are 3 reasons why people normally end up in nursing home facilities. One of them is mobility problems, the other is frailty, and the third is dementia. And all 3 of these can be prevented with exercise and nutrition. So I started N.ableD to prevent what happened to my father from needlessly happening to anyone else. I'd like you to meet Alfred. Alfred is 92 years old, and he was still able to climb trees in his 80s. But he fell off a ladder and he injured his shoulder, and he lost a lot of confidence in himself and his abilities. And over time, he became housebound because he was too frightened to leave the house in case he fell outside. So his daughter was naturally very worried about him, so she phoned us. We supported Alfred over the next 12 weeks with 1 hour of exercise therapy per week. And as you can see, this took place from his bedroom. By the end of those 12 weeks, he could safely navigate the stairs of his house without fear of falling and injuring himself. He could answer the door to visiting guests like ourselves. And within 6 months, he was able to go back to church with his daughter. But behind the scenes, his daughter was really struggling with her own health, and she was starting to experience carer burnout. And she became one of these statistics. Sorry. So she fell into this category. So her physical health was deteriorating, as was her mental health. But we wanted to do something about this. So at the end of last year, we started designing and developing 6-week programs to support carers in the community so that they didn't go through this carer burnout, and we could actually support them to continue their role for longer. We are now Carers Network's chosen provider of health and wellbeing workshops in West London at the moment. And of the results we've achieved, 94% said that their quality of life has improved. In terms of the cared for, so these are the people in their homes, 60% before they started the program were deemed to be abnormally depressed, and that was according to HADS. They went to normal in 12 weeks with 1 hour of exercise therapy. 80% increased their physical strength, which meant that they were less likely to, if they were to fall, they weren't going to injure themselves. So this was a massive outcome for us. Based on our results, we won Best Exercise and Nutritional Therapy Provider in 2019 by Global Health and Pharma. But we don't want to stop here. Our aim is to become a national preventative health service so that wherever you live in the UK, you can access the enabled service. But how are we going to do that? There are 4,000 independent private care operators in the UK. And at the moment, they're providing things like household tasks, meal planning, personal care. But none of them provide exercise and nutritional therapy as standard. And we want to do something about that. So we're now in serious talks with one such private care operator who is interested in the enabled service to incorporate into their model, which is very exciting. But we need investment to be able to do this so that we can scale our operations to national level. But my hope is that you will all live long, healthy, and prosperous lives, and that you won't need a service like enabled. But if for whatever reason life doesn't pan out the way you hoped, know that enabled is here to bring hope and health back home. Thank you.